whole entire area is actually bigger than the Bishan and Ang Mo Kio.
Right, you contact us. I will give you I give a treat personally.
Too many, too overwhelming.
Yeah, it's too much information.
Correct.
Okay, so URA yesterday just dropped down its Draft Master Plan 2025, something that we've been long awaiting for. And as buyers, if you are looking out for a property in the next 5-10 years, this is something that you might want to know. We are doing this, interrupting this breaking podcast just to keep you updated, getting the freshest news on the ground for you. So for you guys, which areas really surprised you?
I think for me, what really surprised was the Orchard area development, Orchard Paterson area.
Yep.
That because for the longest time, this was like a forgotten piece of area. So when I was marketing like a resale property in that area at the time, my master bedroom can see this entire Paterson area, and then buyers will always ask me, "Hey, what is this plot of land over there?" Then, I mean, according to the master, I know that it's an old. It used to be a school, an international school there, and then there's just this greenery that there was zone residential. It used to be a reserve, and then it was zone residential.
Paterson.
Yeah, so I always thought that like, oh, what is it gonna be? So I guess the master plan has
So back then it's reserve site already.
yeah,
No,
back then
it was
yellow.
no info.
Yeah, yellow color reserve site. Okay, so to dive a little bit deeper, URA announced that there's gonna be in just the Paterson Orchard area. I will show you the map over here where you will see what is it 1,000 new private units. So if I just based on Sing Stats, average household is about 3.0 something. We are expecting another like 3,000 people in just this small little area
Yep.
Okay. So as mentioned just now, this area, this small piece of land used to be a school with 8 blocks of 1 to 4 stories. If you go there, you can still see the basketball court over there. Okay, so if I compare it with the Master Plan 2019 as well as the Draft Master Plan 2025, the key difference is that firstly, you will see that on the portion of the, is it red color? Red, okay. Of the plot ratio of 5.6, along with the plot ratio of 4.9, that whole area has been combined to be a white site.
And red was resi with first floor.
First story commercial. Okay, so white site is actually the most valuable.
The gem.
The most, because you can build almost anything except for industrial, if I'm not wrong.
It's like think MBS.
Yeah, the whole a lot of marina areas are like white site. So everything that you can build except for industrial. 对啦，应该是啦. Okay, and just right below the white side, we can see that the zone residential plot of 2.8 and 2.8 plot ratio has been rezoned into residential with first story commercial, which is very interesting because they also increase the plot ratio.
So you go higher, right?
Yes, it can go higher, more number of stories. And with the commercial, right, you can really see the government's direction of, because cannot be 3,000 extra people, everybody eat dinner at Ion Orchard. So it has to have supermarket, amenities to serve the people around, making it a more livable area, which also kind of with the traditional mindset that Orchard is a place for foreigner lah, tenant lah, it's a atas location lah, and we do see government putting extra emphasis from 2025 onwards to want to develop it to be more livable for families to come in. Yep.
So what is it gonna be like? Is it like opposite Ion Orchard there will be another?
It's gonna be another integrated development that is also linked to the MRT station.
Damn. So
Yeah.
Orchard will get even more crowded.
Yeah, it's quite crazy, yeah. And then, but the reserve side is still there, the yellow color reserve side is there, just that they changed the resi to with commercial, which I think is a very good. It's a very good move lah, because the resale in the area when I was marketing, right, when buyers come, they ask me the nearby amenities. Quite jialat one. Like, yeah, you walk all the way to Great Wall lor. You walk outwards to Great Wall. If not, there's really nothing much there. Yeah.
Yep. So Orchard area, it's an area which I think comes as a surprise for a lot of.
A lot of people, yeah. Just when you thought that, Orchard is forgotten already. Because in recent years, we do see en bloc failing after failing, like all the Elizabeth Tower, all that. It just cannot reach the price point that they want. And after a while, developer just move on with government land sale and just don't want to entertain the en blocs anymore.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Another area I think surprised me. You all know about the Pearl Hill.
Oh, yes.
We know about Bukit Timah Hill, but Pearl Hill seldom talked about. It is an area near Ocean Park.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
So
the area, yes,
that you're familiar with.
every video.
Wow,
yes.
see?
Viewers,
Literally every
if you've been
video.
following us, you know that every area she says she's familiar.
Please go and watch all our video, and if you can find that specific clip where Christine says that she's familiar, right, we'll give you a prize. You contact us. I will give you I give you a treat personally. Go and watch all our
The
video.
free kopi.
Yeah, really.
I think Pearl Hill is essentially right now there's one per bank area.
Yes.
But beyond that, currently there's a lot of old buildings lah. So there's CDIC, the Creative Development Innovation. I don't know what is there lah. But in the past, my office was there lah. So people say when they OT until at night, they hear things. So
From the Pearl Hill.
it's the Pearl Hill area.
Yeah lah.
So Pearl Hill area will actually have 9,000 new homes with a mix of both public and private. So it's not just for condos lah. Likely if there's HDB, it's gonna be a private
Right.
HDB. But that area there will be a lot more amenities, greenery. I think something interesting also is that in the 2019 master plan, actually there was more residential plots that was gazetted. Somehow in 2025, they actually changed some residential plots to white sites.
Oh.
Yeah. Which means they don't just want to build housing. They want to have more mixed development options as well.
Again, it's the live, work, play in the same area.
Yeah, exactly. And this area is quite nice also because it's one of the rare hills in Singapore. And with hills, it means that you get views lah. You are higher, you are elevated.
Yes.
Yeah. So one concept which I think was quite interesting is the roof garden concept. So they are gonna have terrace buildings, sky terraces, roof gardens. Basically, from the doorstep of your house, you go outside, you probably have a good vantage point of maybe the shop houses in the Ocean Park area also.
Very Liu Xing, this kind of concept now.
Yeah, so a bit like I think like Hong Kong, the China, some of the like Chongqing videos that you see. Like,
Everywhere is level 1. You go level 1, you go to level 12, then you will stay at level 1. You're always at level 1.
yeah. So quite nice. I think the Pearl Hill area is quite cool. There's gonna be a pedestrian mall as well.
Okay.
So I guess that means connect to the MRT, then some outdoor area with retail, with eateries within the area as well.
Actually, I think a lot of people don't know that it is very, very near walking distance to Chinatown.
It is,
Like there's a way
it
to
is.
walk where you cut through the HDB block, you just reach People Pass Complex within like, I test before, you walk like 6.5 minutes max. Yeah.
So
If you walk further down, then you get the Clarke Quay also.
yeah, further down Clarke Quay,
Then you have-
down
Walk further down, you
Ocean
reach,
Park.
you reach Mandai also lah, you keep walking. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know they also trying to see if they can actually do like a pedestrian walkway from Pearl Hill
All the way to
all the
Fort
way to
Canning.
Fort Canning. So,
Yeah.
so in a way, yes, in that direction
Right,
is
right,
to Funan, but if from the hillside,
Yeah,
that'd be quite interesting.
that'd be quite
also.
cool.
Yeah.
So Pearl Hill area, another area to keep a lookout for. And in terms of the new updates as well, there are some areas that we have had our eyes on for the longest of time. Just keep on waiting for new news
yeah.
to drop. And right now, Christine, is there any area that you think has more details?
I think for me, because currently I have clients that are looking at Tampines area and also the Hougang area. So the Paya Lebar Airbase, the whole entire plot has been something that I wanted to watch out for, and I was waiting for actually. Yeah. So just something to note, right? Like actually in the past in 2019, he has always been saying that Paya Lebar Airbase is going to move, it's going to move. But with this master plan that just dropped, they actually really have concrete
Direction.
Correct. They are really starting on move, slowly going towards that. Paya Lebar Airbase, they are still looking at 2030 when onwards when
They start moving out.
yeah, correct. The place will start moving out. But actually now, right, they are actually starting from the Defu area
Yep,
first.
which is predominantly industrial buildings.
Correct, which is like at the Hougang area lah. So they are starting with that part first, and then when moving on to 2030, they will start to do up a lot more, which I feel is very interesting because one, that whole entire area is actually bigger than the Bishan and Ang Mo Kio.
Wow.
It is actually 5 times of Toa Payoh.
Yeah, it's
The
very-
food itself.
No, as in.
Paya Lebar Airbase.
什么 food?
I thought the food was so huge.
没有啦。
不是啦。
Yes, Paya Lebar Airbase is huge.
It's huge.
It's huge.
And because of Paya Lebar Airbase, you actually realize that the surrounding area actually have a lot of height restrictions,
Yes.
which may or
I
may
live
not-
around there. My
Yeah.
house is affected by height
And
restriction.
you can probably hear the sound, but
Yes.
because of this move, by then it might be something that people can watch out lah.
Yeah, they will change the
Yeah.
height restrictions for those surroundings.
Yeah.
Correct. So for now, Defu is the something that they are looking on first. If you look at the Cross Island line, you can also see Defu has the MRT station.
Woo. Wow.
Yes,
So that one will serve both like public and private housing in future. So
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there are people who are like BTOs ready over
Around
the
the
area.
area.
Yeah,
yeah.
correct. Oh, and also in between Defu and Tampines North is actually a very long period, which highly likely they will have a MRT station for.
Yeah, so if you see some of the updated images that URA dropped, URA actually have dotted lines for the MRT stations, and somehow within the Paya Lebar Airbase, they have denoted where they want commercial, where they want lifestyle, and somehow the markings of the MRT track goes through the
Cuts
commercial
through,
district.
yeah, cuts through it.
So of course, if there are offices, what you need next is transportation.
Yes.
So if you are living around the Cross Island line, this could spell like an opportunity for future tenants also.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anything else regarding the Paya Lebar Airbase that
I
You
mean,
think it's
generally, I feel like what Silas say, the whole entire theme of like the Master Plan 2025 is really surrounding the work, play, live, making Singapore not just like certain areas that's livable, but they want to generally spread it across. I think something to note is also they have focus different like business hubs. So they want to decentralize Singapore so that you can see them working on like the Jurong area, the Woodlands area, the Punggol and stuff like that. So yeah, to me, I think that was like really something quite interesting to see lah.
yeah.
Yeah, not just all talk, but also them really moving towards that plan.
Yeah, Paya Lebar Airbase is 2030 onwards. So
Correct.
in the next 5-10 years, who will be best able to take advantage of this move?
Whoever they are staying there now.
Whoever that
No, in Paya Lebar.
Just kidding.
nearby the Cross Island line.
I mean, like knowing that transformation and like things are gonna take place, right?
Yeah.
Like it comes in stages, ma. Like
Yes.
like announcement phase, infrastructure, etc. Right? Like now having this information on hand, of course we know that PLAB is been announced for very long already. But now with more
Yes.
concrete plans, I think you should start to take a closer look, like if you haven't already.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those, maybe you cannot go into PLAB right now, but the surrounding, the perimeter, those could also benefit from Paya Lebar Airbase transformation. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, so I think something to note along with the Paya Lebar Airbase area, because that is only in 2030, right? So I kind of look a little bit more into the Changi Terminal 5 and Aviation Park portion also, because
Kind of links lah.
correct,
The
because the Cross Island line
Yup.
do link
Okay.
to that portion,
Okay.
which is the east side, best side. Okay,
Okay,
so
say that.
yeah, I do not. So over there you can also see that in this master plan they actually really have different plans for the Changi Aviation Park and also like the Changi City area. they do really plan for the cross island line so that next time it will shorten the travel time for people also from anywhere in Singapore. It kind of links together with the TL as well lah. Yeah, so these are really plans that are ongoing and moving towards.
Yeah. So I think back then, even though Aviation Park as a station is planned already,
Correct.
but there wasn't much news about how does this affect.
Surrounding, yeah.
Yeah. So right now T5 started construction already. I
Yes.
think. Yeah. Then,
Start,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Lawrence Wong was saying
They had the-
gonna open somewhere. I forgot what
in
he
a few
said.
years
They had an official like
Sorry, PM.
announcement of the whole entire T5 and things like that lah.
Yeah.
So that was last beginning this year.
this year.
This year, beginning this year, yes.
So
correct.
Aviation Park will use to service the Terminal 5 lah, via
Yeah.
the Cross Island line.
Correct.
So then, Cross Island line, across the island, there are other areas that also we are looking at developments, transformation, new news from the government as well. I think Turf City is one of those that could potentially benefit from the Cross Island line as well. We're not very familiar with Turf City sites. Share a little bit more about this area.
Okay, time to 跑马. So, Turf City, traditionally as we know it, used to be where they house the horses lah. Literally as the name calls. Based on the master plan, of course you can go and read out Turf City heritage and whatnot. The master plan is set that the Turf City transformation is gonna take 20 to 30 years.
Wow, so long.
Yeah.
Longer
So,
than Paya Lebar Airbase.
I mean, then it depends on how fast they build Paya. Because Paya Airbase starts from
They
2030 lah.
start- okay,
Yeah, now they
fair,
could
fair,
they
fair.
could start Turf City today,
Yes.
and it's gonna take a 20-30 years horizon lah.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is that it's gonna be a good mix of 15,000 to 20,000 public and private housing. So just now
Wow.
Orchard alone is 1,000. This is 15-20 times more. Okay, and this also marks the first time in almost 40 years where there's gonna be public housing in the Bukit Timah area.
I see. So next time you say you stay in Bukit Timah, not so prestigious
Hey,
anymore.
I've never stayed there. I don't know. Okay, but to dive into further, actually quite cool. Because firstly, Turf City at area, right? In future, there's gonna be there is the downtown line supporting it.
Yes.
A bit further.
Yeah.
Further down lah, 6th Avenue lah,
Yeah,
6th Avenue station.
walkable.
Yeah. Then 6th Avenue, you towards the west a little bit more, then that would be the King Albert Park Station.
Yeah.
King Albert Park Station is going to have a cross island line that
From
cuts
across.
through it. So it goes all the way past to the Defu area, like what Christine mentioned, all the way down to our Aviation Park. So 2 MRT lines supporting the area. And what is interesting is that they are gonna try to make it into a bit like a cascade. And so if we look at the plot ratio, right, the intentional is that they want to keep the building heights a little bit lower so that there is still a green element if you face the west side lah. So there is like a green park the portion, right? And the residential plots there is only at a 1.2 plot ratio.
So low rise.
So you cannot go above 5 stories, if I recall correctly. Yeah. And so
5 stories HDBs are.
might be
quite
private lah. Might be private lah.
Okay, but the
Yeah.
highest there.
They're still higher. It's just that
Yeah,
towards the
okay.
part one, they so you just imagine it's a bit like cascading
Yeah.
down.
Okay.
That you don't
Yeah,
block
yeah.
people's view.
So chances are the lower one will be private lah.
High chance lah.
Yeah,
I don't think they're
HDB,
above 4
five
stories HDB lah.
Interesting.
Yep. So quite interesting lah. They're gonna again make this place a little bit more vibrant lah. It's quite a bit of an atas location in that sense.
Yep.
Also, you go a little bit down, you really reach the Bukit Timah side.
Yeah. And then the upcoming Cross Island line will probably cut through to have accessibility for them as well.
Yeah.
Even right now, I think the downtown line serves them very well. You go up, you have like your Bukit Panjang, where it's a little bit more heartland. You go down, you reach Stevens, Orchard.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they probably were, from what I saw in some of the information, they want to retain a little bit of the heritage as well.
Yep,
Because
yep.
so much history there. So I don't know how they're gonna have horse themed houses, but
It's gonna be called the Race Course Neighborhood.
yeah. Interesting. Okay. So beyond that itself, I think another key hotspot that a lot of people have been waiting for,
Yeah.
the no plans are coming already, is the Greater Southern Waterfront.
Wow, super old news.
Yeah, I think kind of like
听到闲了。
Paya Lebar Airbase. Now
听
everybody
到
has been
闲。
saying
Yeah.
GSW is worse than P.
Wow.
Wow.
So much information, but this year is where they finally
Finally.
announced 1,000 HDB
Nice.
flats.
Wow.
First of which will be launched this
Keppel
October.
Club.
So previously you stay in the Reflections, all this. Now you can stay in
You
Keppel Club
can slowly get reflect.
with BTO HDBs.
Wow.
So overall, I think there will be 6,000 HDB flats, 3,000 private homes in the Greater Southern Waterfront area, which a lot of it will be within the former Keppel Golf Course.
Yeah.
So images have been shown already. In terms of changes wise, I think the latest 2019 master plan had amendments to subdivide the different plots facing the sea already and facing the Labrador Park. But there were some other noticeable changes, such as changing hospital and medical institute. Instead of having two, they combine into one. Then it's split into more reserve sites.
Yeah.
What that means, we don't know, but there's a huge, big reserve site that was at the Alexandra Road, Teluk Blangah Street area, changed to residential. Right now, it's still subject to detailed planning, so we don't think there will be much information in the next 5 years or so. Probably further down, they probably want to develop the
South side.
southern previous Keppel Golf Course area first. So if you are looking at it from both investment or own stay, be it condo, HDBs, this area will be coming up. But I think more interestingly, because Greater Southern Waterfront is great, it's huge. It stretches all the way across towards the east.
Yes, we just like needed time to process that, but
Yeah.
yes.
So
Agree.
we know a lot about the Keppel area already. That one long ago they had information. The
Yes.
new one is actually something in the Keppel district.
Okay.
Yeah. So this Keppel district park,
This 为什么呢？
I also don't know. Yeah, and the Keppel terminal have been updated to also include residential sites.
St. James Powerhouse 喎。
So with the upcoming, this one is Circle Line updates
Yeah.
from Harbourfront to Keppel
finally it's gonna
to
connect.
Cantonment.
Finally.
I guess once that is up, they can connect and serve the neighborhood in the Keppel District Park and Keppel Terminal. Yeah. So this area, especially the Keppel Terminal, it will be overlooking the Pulau Brani area, where there is also going to be developments
Quite high.
for leisure options. So think of it like the next Resort World,
Whoa.
Yeah.
and your house can have that Resort World view, plus sea view, plus cable
Right?
car
They
view.
bring the Disneyland now?
So small the
Yeah, 不可能
Unlikely lah.
Unlikely lah.
But that will be a very prime area.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all these developments are upcoming in the next 15 years for Singapore.
Yes.
It's kind of like a mini crystal ball for property buyers to look at some of the areas in which the government is pumping money to transform that area and affect those who are living in that area.
Yeah.
So if you are staying there or you are looking at places that you want more amenities, more transformation, these are some of the places that we're looking at. Of course, there's a lot of other smaller and bigger transformations that's happening in the next 15 years.
Yeah.
Were there any other noticeable or notable mentions that you guys want to shout out about?
No.
Too many already, too overwhelming.
Yeah, it's too much information.
Yeah, correct. Because we were
We need a part 2 for this, man.
Yeah,
Too
we were
much.
deciding on like having this in the video and sharing with you guys. We were just trying to pick out what really capture our attention, but there is just so many information
Yeah.
that if we were to just throw it all at you guys now, it will be overloading.
Yeah, big changes like in the One North,
Dover,
in the
yeah, one of the-
Dover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think also because
Newton.
they focus on like how the commercial side will go, how the resi side will go, but at the same time how the connectivity will go.
Oh
and,
yeah,
like,
the way
different-
they categorize the updates this year, I don't think actually not the best. I feel.
I quite like it. I think there is actually also exhibition that the URA have done up.
They try to make the agent's life easy lah. You want housing, then they cook
They
for the
focus on housing only.
Yeah, they try to
rather
make
than
it
going by
easy,
geographical areas.
Yeah.
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 So
Oh, but so anyway, I was saying like there are like exhibitions that URA have put up.
Oh, yes.
That are quite interesting. So if you guys are free, it's also free for all. You guys can head down to just have a look.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think if you really read everything, you can spend a good 2-3 hours over there.
Yeah.
But if you skim through, then a lot shorter. But yeah, a lot of upcoming developments and transformations in the next 15 years. So property buyers, do find out more about the area that you are living in, the area that you're focused on. There could be small minor changes that can have huge impacts as well.
Alright.
Of course, if you want help to dissect the transformation, the URA plans a little further, you can also reach out to us. Yeah. So today's session, breaking news, a little shorter. Hope it helps you to get information about the upcoming developments.
And
With that, thanks
See
guys
you.
so much.
see you in the next one.